Hey guys, VicHD here. Today we're looking at Bonk Survivors. Now, what is this game exactly? Anyone familiar with Vampire Survivors? Anyone know the game Mega Bonk? Well, this is just another variation of Mega Bonk, which in turn is a variation of Vampire Survivors. A roguelike type of game where it's about trying to fend off multiple enemies at the same time and trying to level up as much as you can with the right power-ups. So it's that kind of game. And this is essentially a carbon copy of Mega Bonk in that sense. So it's a very popular game on Steam, and check your platform of choice just in case, but from what I've seen, I think it is available on PlayStation and Switch. Check if it's available on Xbox, but it's not available on Steam, oddly enough. So, not really sure what to say about that, but considering how there are many clones of the whole Vampire Survivor concept, roguelike concept, this is just one of the many that you could try out. So let's give it a shot. I have tested it a little bit, and each character has their own abilities, be it short-range weapons like swords or knives, long-range weapons like fireballs, if you have, let's say, a mage character. So a zombie-like character with a mohawk that actually throws skulls at people. There are other characters along the way, and you do have to unlock them as time goes on. If you manage to, I guess, save up enough money, or in this case enough gems, like what you see in the right-hand corner of the screen. So there are a lot of unlockables here. Yeah, the one that I had like the most experience is Lucky Hoof, considering how it's a mage-like character with projectiles, fireballs, and stuff. But just to test things out, let's go with Sir Bones. Aesthetically, it's pretty much Mega Bonk, but it looks like it borrows assets from Clash of Clans. That's what it looks like to me. Now the game it plays itself in a sense because the slashing is done automatically, and all you have to do is just run around the arena and try to avoid getting mauled by all these enemies at once. But it's very tricky when they all overwhelm you like that, and you have a very, very limited range of attack. You also have the option to jump with the A button. Yeah, every time you level up, you get another feature. Let's go Aura. And the more you level up, the more abilities you get. You also have to find treasure chests that give you other abilities. You can jump with A, and you can slide with B. Eventually, you can get other abilities like either a double jump or increasing the height of the first jump. Like when you reach a certain threshold, that's when you can open another chest. Right now, it's about surviving the timer and surviving the giant horde of enemies. I also have to find a way to level up my my health, because right now it's 225 out of 260, so I gotta make that one. I gotta increase that one. Oh, 211. And they get overwhelming really fast. Like, I can't go all gun-ho on all of them at once because I'm not going to survive at all. It can get pretty ridiculous. There will be some occasional, like, screen wipes, like special bomb-like abilities. You have to really look around. Yeah, things can get pretty crazy after a while. Now, I'm kind of conflicted about this game because the thing is that it plays really well on the Switch, but at the same time, it's just a carbon copy of Mega Bonk. So, like, it loses originality points because it's taking advantage of someone else's idea, and because they're game developers that are just capitalizing on a fad. That really depends on your point of view. I'm at 48. I gotta be careful. That's ridiculous. Look at the amount of enemies that are just coming at me. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! I'm cornered. Oof! I need to recover. I need to recover, but they won't let me. Ah! Shoot! Shoot! Oh, barely. Yeah, eventually you do have to come across a door that opens a boss. But right now I'm just so overwhelmed by enemies that I can't really open it right now. I've lasted longer than I expected, even though I'm kind of like running away from everything. Though I shouldn't be. And maybe I shouldn't have summoned that. I wonder, if I summon one too many enemies, will it cause the game to crash? Incoming! Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Let me... Dang it. I mean, I survived longer than I expected. Let's go with Arrow Check. Like I said before, I'm conflicted about this game. I like it, but at the same time, I'm disappointed in it because all it is just another carbon copy of Mega Bonk, which itself is a carbon copy of Vampire Survivors, but in 3D. But if you're looking for this on the Switch, be my guest. Back. Let's go for that. How? I didn't notice. I'll say this though, the game has its challenge, but sometimes they can get a little overwhelming. One thing I have noticed is that there's no death animation. Yeah, you have to find the boss portal and at the same time confront a shit ton of enemies. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's part of the challenge, but at the same time, you're so busy trying to level up. Like, is it really worth it? Yeah, looking at the health bar, it's 140, so this guy's pretty weak in comparison. So I need to level up his health. Let's go Zumbo. Yeah, the zombie that's throwing skulls as projectiles. And he's also pretty weak. I need health buffs. Maybe I shouldn't have summoned him. This is why I don't confront the boss immediately. Okay, moving on. I gotta keep an eye on my health here. Fire staff. Revolver. The more projectiles, the better. The bats are so annoying. Okay, screen wipe. Okay. Must have froze time. For a bit. Screen wipe. Good. Just trying to dodge him. Ah. Okay, so final thoughts when it comes to Ultra Bonk. It's an addicting game, but it's also kind of frustrating in the process. Sure, the game jokingly says that maybe the player may have a skill issue if you don't manage to survive the horde of enemies. But it's not the skill issue, in my opinion. I just think the game is a little too demanding, and I feel like there's a learning curve towards this. The game, it's fun, it's addicting, but at the same time, it just feels a little unfair because there are just a lot of difficulty spikes along the way. Be it because of the character is either too weak, depending on the character that you choose, or that you haven't picked the right weapons, the primary, secondary weapons. But it also doesn't help that the game just overwhelms you instantly with enemies. Yes, that's the whole point. But you should be like gradually increasing the difficulty and not have the enemies just clock you with like 20 points of hit damage, like in the first minute. I think the difficulty should have been toned down a little bit, in my opinion. But that's just me. Sure, challenge is one thing. I don't mind it. But I feel like sometimes it can be a little unfair. And there needs to be a certain type of balance. Like after a few minutes, okay, increase the hit damage. But that doesn't mean that you have to like clock someone with 20 or 30 hit points at once. When you basically have HP that's the equivalent of like 130 or 150. At best, maybe 200, and somehow just level up. I just feel like it needs to be a little more fair because the difficulty does feel a bit unbalanced, especially when you're trying to like summon other challenges and other bosses. You want to like the game, but it can be a frustrating experience. So make of it what you will. The game is good, even if it is a carbon copy of someone else's idea, which is also a carbon copy of someone else's idea. But I digress. It's a game that's enough to kill time. It has a good arcade experience. A little too unfair and unbalanced at times, but it's also kind of challenging. I have noticed a bit of collision detection with some of the level designs and layouts, like with the trees and some of the terrain. It can get a little difficult to navigate around. Not to mention when you're completely overwhelmed by like 20, 30, 40, 50 enemies at once. How do you expect to escape? But anyway, make of it what you will. The game is still addicting nonetheless, even if it's a bit unfair. I feel like the learning curve needs to be tweaked down a bit, in my opinion, but whatever. The game is available right now on other platforms, particularly on Switch, PlayStation. Check if it's on Xbox, but right now it's not on Steam for some strange reason. Despite my frustrations, I have enjoyed my time with the game, even if I do have to knock down like a few originality points because this is essentially a rip off of another game. But then again, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of clone games of this same idea of the roguelike genre. It's easy to do a copy and paste and just popularize on a fad. But then you kind of realize that when everything is just more of the same, it gets kind of boring at times. But I don't know, that's just my opinion. I mean, Ultra Bonk, it's neat, but I just wish it was more original. I would probably give this one a 7 out of 10. It's enough to kill time, it's very addicting. A little too frustrating at times. And it's not a skill issue, it's just that the game is unbalanced. I call BS on that statement. But anyway, pick it up if you're interested in a challenge. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.